this doesn't work, I don't know. Ah! Wait. And now we wait, and that box over there will be populated by people who are speaking. Okay. Any second now, that box will stream in with responses. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's working properly.
It seems like it's working properly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But I think we might have to wait a little bit. I think we have to wait for people to talk in the chat. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I say we just go at it. Here, look at this. We got, first of all, we have future compasses. Second of all, here's my bodyguard, okay? My bodyguard's name is Art Chad.
Yeah.
So he was at the Mayoral event I just had.
5,000 people.
5,000 people. It was pretty impressive.
3 assassination attempts.
Yeah.
All thwarted.
Well, that's why I keep him around. He beats them to death with his bare hands, and then he uses their blood to paint a picture. So nice, so nice. I have no idea if this is functioning because there's no the concurrent viewers are getting up, but we simultaneously have a nobody in this chat here. So I just think that's probably not working.
Type something yourself.
Ottawa. Excellent. See, I am the only person in this chat. It's because of the wrong chat. It's because that's not the right chat. This is the actual chat here.
What?
Yeah, it's true. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, people will be able to see this. Okay. So hello, hi, hello. Everybody. This is. First of all, let's get rid of this. All right. And then second of all, let's put ourselves over here. All right. Like this. Now, Art Chad is actually my height, but. All right. Great. Wonderful.
It's just your hair. Our chins are like the same height.
It's true. It's like an alpha play, you know. Okay. All right. Great. So now I have to be very, very cautious with. I have like a human rights tier list as well. Okay. Good. So. Let's put the human rights tier list over here, okay?
Yeah.
And then we can have the chat over here.
Okay.
All right, good.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good. So, I should probably close my... all right, great.
Okay.
Perfect. What could go wrong? All right? So these are the UN's 30 basic human rights, okay? Right to participation in cultural life. Right to education, right to an adequate standard of living, right to social security, right to work, right to rest, right to take part in the government, right to freedom of assembly and association, right to freedom of opinion and expression. Now, hold on, we're getting a lot of messages. I'm saying Drag more like future mayor of Ottawa, J-Reg have a long and happy life, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Guys, Ottawa is already kind of shaking in their boots about my mayoral campaign, and we are doing very well in the polls. I think something like 80-90% for me. 5% for the other candidates. It adds up to slightly more than 100%, but there's always polling error. So we are doing pretty well, but for now we're just going to we're gonna, I think, expand on a bit of my mayoral vision. And then also I have Art Chad here with me to look at some future compasses. Art Chad is well versed in the future compass lore, so that should be fine. We have the future compasses here, so we're going to talk about that as well. And then every so often I'll check the chat and I can make some I can clarify some of the things that I'm going to be doing in Ottawa once I win. But essentially, for those of you who've missed it, the Ottawa policy is Ottawa exit. So Ottawa secedes from the rest of Canada, and we nationalize. Basically, we can print our own currency, and then we're going to create an Ottawa wall around the shape of Ottawa. So the shape of Ottawa is called the Wa. That's our sacred symbol of sorts. And yeah, that'll be good.
What's on the currency?
The currency, we are going to have like pictures of stuff that's really good in Ottawa.
Yeah.
So like we'll have like a picture of the canal.
Yeah.
A picture of me in the clock tower in the Parliament buildings.
Yeah.
When I win, I'm gonna like go to the clock tower, and I'm gonna like ring the bell. Someone says thoughts on Sneeko. I mean, I know you watch Sneeko.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Tell me on Sneeko.
All right, look. We're not here to get distracted. All right. We're here for a specific ideological purpose.
Yeah.
So let's start with the human rights tier list. Right. Why don't we start with right to work? So one of the big things that I'm advocating for with my mayoral campaign is everybody gets a government job. It is a human right. It's a basic human right, fundamentally, to work for the government of Canada. And specifically, once we pull out of Canada, the government of Ottawa. So I'm putting this probably as a very high A, maybe even like, I think an S tier.
Yeah.
Everyone has a right to work 1 hour a day in a government job that pays them for 8.
Yeah.
And I actually look around a lot, and I feel like this would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. Yeah, people have nothing to lose. That's the issue.
Uh-huh.
Give them something to lose.
Give them something to lose.
Give them something to lose.
Yeah. Right to take part in government. Again, I'm knocking these ones out right away because they're very easy. Of course, you have a right to take part of government. In fact, you should. I would go one step further. You not only do you have a right to take part in government, you have a responsibility to be a part of that government.
Legal duty.
Yeah. So everyone gets a government job. Everyone has to take part in the government. Right to rest. So this is a bit of a complicated one for me, because you do have the right to rest, but you're not really supposed to be resting. So from 9 to 5, you should be working.
Yeah.
But we all know that you're actually only working 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
So you are resting a lot. But after the hours of 9 to 5, by the way, every morning at 9, I ring there's a big clock tower in Ottawa. So I ring the clock tower bell at the top of Parliament, and I wave at everybody. I wave at everyone. I wave to each individual person. Hello! Hello, government workers. Hello! Time to begin your job. And then at 5 p.m., everyone's like going home. And I'm like, enjoy your beer at the Byward Market. And everyone goes and has a beer.
Yeah.
You know.
That's endearing.
And that's kind of like rest. I'm going to give this one like a B. Not the most important human right, but right to education.
How much training is there for the government jobs?
That's the thing.
Do they need training?
So we're making a bunch of different kinds of wings of government. We're making like the BOBB, the COAT, the NONN, and these useless government jobs. They only have meaning in like relation to each other. But it's not just like we're not just like dropping the act and everyone gets money. Like these are going to be functional government jobs that actually do things.
Yeah.
And you are going to have like training and education to do this job.
Yeah.
Even if it is completely useless.
Yeah.
In fact, you should probably go to university for like 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
Learning enough information in order to do this useless job.
Yeah.
So, because otherwise, I really find like people. This is a big part of my campaign. People lack meaning right now. People lack meaning in their lives.
Yeah.
If we give them like some extremely complicated job,
Yeah.
which is, it doesn't matter that it's useless.
Yeah.
Like they can get into it enough that they get
Yeah.
meaning from it.
Yeah. Like very vertical progression into the job.
Yes, exactly. So I think we'll put this on a B.
Yeah.
Maybe like an A. Yeah, an A. Right to education, and especially in Ottawa, like our whole ecosystem is, can we go and can we like learn enough information in 4 years to work our government job? So, like do well in middle school, do well in high school, go into a nice university, get a comfortable middle class job, reproduce, die.
Yeah.
Kind of bad.
Yeah.
So, nationality. This is another easy one for me. I mean, S tier, right?
Like a human right to have pride over your nationality.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and again, this is another one of those things where I go like, right?
Yeah.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Like that's how much I believe in it. I believe in it so much that it goes from being something you can do to something you have to do.
Yeah. You have to be
A member of the nation of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So easy S for me. I don't know. Why don't you pick one of these? Some people might wonder why I'm bringing like a bodyguard onto a stream. The thing is, he's not just my bodyguard. He's also an artist. So he'll like kill the person with his bare hands, and then paint a beautiful picture using their blood. I've been how many assassination attempts? 3, right? The first guy, he was like running at me with a knife.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
he spawned in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did he say? He was like, the outer wall must fall. I was like, what? Come on! Like the outer wall hasn't even been built yet, and already I'm getting such opposition. But I'm pretty sure there's this political establishment in Ottawa that really wants to prevent me from winning.
Well, there was like a Proud Boy, and then there was also like the Antifa guy.
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
Yeah.
And like I was like, I'm on both your guys' sides.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't say that too loud because I don't get arrested or anything. But yeah, like an Antifa guy was running at me. Ironically enough, well, I guess fittingly enough, from my left.
Yeah.
And a Proud Boy was running at me on my right. And our Chad grabs the one and the other, and then it just starts choking them. It was insane. Anyway, which one of these?
Arbitrary detention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Arbitrary detention. What do you think?
How much are we changing? How much are you changing the laws around?
So, of course, yeah, like there will be pretty significant legal changes, but I mean, for a big part of it, like the lawyers and the judge and the jury, they are all people who have government jobs.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're employing these people, and it's not like some of the government jobs are actually going to be working 8 hours a day. We're all working like just 1 hour a day, maybe.
Yeah.
So the problem with that is like the police are only working an hour a day.
Yeah.
And like we put someone in jail, and then the police just like play Candy Crush on their phone for 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then the prisoners get out.
Yeah.
So that's not ideal.
Yeah.
The other thing is, though, you could some of the people who are critics of my campaign, some of these people are, well, how should I say this? They view my policy of building a big wall around Ottawa and preventing anyone from entering or leaving.
Yeah.
They view that as a form of arbitrary detention.
Okay.
Like as though like I am treating my own citizens as prisoners.
Yeah.
And so I think that I just like the idea of arbitrary detention for me is like a D.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a big fan. Like I think people are are overly neurotic essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, there's riots on the street right now. Like ever since I announced my candidacy, people have just been going kind of bananas, and I don't want to encourage that, but I don't want to discourage it either. So right now, I assume someone just smashed a car outside, so it's kind of going off. I don't know if you can hear it, but let's see. Right to privacy. Again, this is one of those things like I'd give it a C.
Yeah.
Like, if you're working for the government, we do get to monitor your work laptop, obviously.
Yeah.
We want to know what you're doing on your work laptop.
Yeah.
And, like, what if you're like, oh, hey, like, I can sneak you into Ottawa, I know an underground tunnel.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not like we want to go 1984 or anything, but, like, there is a point where we're trying to, preserve the integrity of the Ottawa.
Yeah.
The law is the sacred shape of our land. And if we start letting anybody in, or even like allowing people to sneak in and out, what's the point?
Yeah, it falls apart.
Why are we doing what we're doing?
Yeah.
And it's really ruining it for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Like 99% of people, according to my polling, are like in support of the Ottawa.
Yeah.
And again, like once we build the Ottawa, people are going to want to come from all over the world to see what's inside of Ottawa. It's kind of like anything else. Like if I make a group and say you're not allowed in it, then all of a sudden it's like, well, how do I get in it? I want to get in it.
Yeah.
Right? We can allow some like really expensive tourism or something, but anyway,
Yeah.
the right to privacy is kind of going to be like an important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that one.
Yeah. Cultural life.
Yeah, cultural life. What do you think about this?
I just, from my experience living here, people just want to like go home and go to bed.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the main culture.
Uh-huh.
That's like what people do here.
So in a way, because like here's the thing, we are doubling down on Ottawa culture.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Like Ottawa culture is you work your government job.
Yeah.
You go home, you watch Netflix, you go to bed.
Yeah.
Maybe you have 10 cats.
Yeah.
Right?
Ottawa comfort.
Ottawa comfort.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So in that sense, it's an S tier. But this is sort of like an anti-centrist, like S plus D simultaneously. I'm gonna add an S plus D tier. We always need like an anti-centrist tier. So I'm gonna say S plus D. It's good. Perfect. We're gonna put this. We're gonna put this here on S plus D tier. It's an S tier in terms of yes, we're doubling down on Ottawa culture.
Yeah.
It's a D tier in the terms of Ottawa culture is the absence of culture.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
Okay. Right to freedom of movement. I think I got to make a Z tier. I actually changed that one too. Z tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's only right.
Yeah.
Putting that on Z.
Does Gatineau? Do they get annexed or are they included initially?
Gatineau is outside of the bounds of Ottawa.
Okay.
Yes. So, but I have it on pretty good authority that the people of Gatineau, because of our Fringlish policy, do feel pretty included.
So
about
the national language is Franglish?
way.
Yeah.
Tu peux parler comme ça, or you can talk like an extended English metaphor.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so I think they're pretty happy about it. There was some people at the rally yesterday who had pictures of Gatineau in flames after we like shell them.
Yeah.
Like because we have to auto annex them.
Yeah.
But the auto annexation, I don't think people get this, is the auto annexation is all about consensual auto annexation.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna just come in and build a wall around these people if they don't want to become a part of Ottawa.
Yeah.
The thing is, they will want to become a part of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to become a part of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Like I talk to people from Europe who
Yeah.
want to become a part of Ottawa.
Yeah.
And people from like Japan who want to become part of Ottawa. Like this is a global movement in many ways.
Yeah.
And when I say we're going to, annex the rest of Canada, I just also want you to know that this is the first step in something much larger.
Yeah.
Why not make America a part of Ottawa?
Yeah.
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 Brazil a part of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but we're gonna start small. Like Toronto, maybe we rename that to Toronto.
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah. Montreal. I didn't prepare. It's not like I prepared lines here, but
Yeah, Montreal.
Montreal, Ottawa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no bounds to how far we can take this.
Yeah.
Okay, right to an adequate standard of living. I think so.
Yeah, that's an extension of the government job.
Yeah, like you get the government job, you get a pretty good.
It's like $55K a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is what makes me put this in A instead of B.
Yeah.
Adequate.
Yeah.
Adequate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are not. If you're living in Ottawa, you're not living in a mansion. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not living in a luxurious place. There will be no people who are like. Have you ever heard of the tall poppy? The tall poppy idea.
No.
It's like if you're like if you grow like beyond everyone else, you get clipped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sort of the idea we're working off of, which is if you are too successful you get clipped.
Yeah.
There's no. We're not going to even have the ability to become like overly successful. If you become like a really successful entrepreneur in Ottawa, then you are essentially making all of the government workers feel bad.
Yeah.
That's why we're not going to have these entrepreneur types.
Yeah.
But we're also not going to have any like poor people.
Yeah.
No homeless people. Everyone gets a government job.
Yeah.
And because of that, everybody will have access to an adequate standard of living.
Yeah.
They'll have one bedroom condo for every single person.
Yeah.
And no more.
Yeah.
No more than that.
That's beautiful.
I think so.
That's truly beautiful.
Yeah. So next one. Right to Social Security. What do you think?
Yeah, still goes with the government job.
Yeah.
If that's like the same concept, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So, I think you feel in a B?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the kinds of people who showed up to the rally yesterday? Like, what do you think of their spirit?
Their spirit, they're good spirit.
Yeah, good spirit, I would say.
Yeah. It's surprising almost. They're all very energetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too energetic.
It's surprising, but it's also not surprising. I mean, for years we've had the political class basically doing nothing in this country, in this nation, and seeing people who actually could see that we were going to affect real dramatic change.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible not to be excited about that.
Yeah.
Ban on slavery. I mean, you know, what is slavery? The only reason I put this in D is because a lot of my opponents are going to be saying like, slavery is, it's slavery to force someone to work a government job.
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, they're getting paid money.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, they have to get paid money in order to, they have no choice but to work a government job.
Yeah.
And then I stop listening to them. Yeah.
Yeah, what is religion? What's religion in Ottawa?
You can have religion.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't like, affect anything materially.
Yeah.
Like it sort of needs to be like a declawed lion or
yeah. You just think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like something you can like in the new Ottawa, religion is going to be like one of, because like if religion actually serves as a motivating organizing force for people, that could be pretty upsetting to the order.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I mean, I'll give that like a C. It's we're not gonna be banning that or anything, but I just think it's probably not a great idea because like, what if, for example, someone wants to spread the message of their religion beyond the wall?
Yeah.
That it's just that kind
some
of
sort of pilgrimage.
Yeah. And not to mention, we're trying to break down. We are building a big wall, but we're also trying to break down the walls between people.
Yeah.
And as we break down these walls, we are going to be making ourselves more unified.
Yeah. And
putting the stuff, and that just seems like something that could get in the way of that.
Yeah.
But there are some theocratic factions in Ottawa that would be supportive of my movement, and I don't want to isolate those people either. So it's complicated. We'll have to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
Right to marriage and family.
What's the does the population grow here? What's like the reproduction rate?
So right now we have a population of about 1 million people.
Yeah.
I like that number.
Yeah.
1 million. I think we should kind of like flatline 1 million.
Yeah.
So people should get married and they should have like 1 kid, maybe 2 kids.
Yeah.
1 to 2 kids.
Yeah.
Preferably exactly 2 kids.
Mm.
Yeah. That's like kind of like the most average number of kids, 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like 1 to 3. For every person having 3, we should have a person who's having 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Replacement rate, keep it as neutral as possible.
Because China went 1-child policy, but now they're gonna have a population crisis in like 50 years.
Yeah, it seems like they grew to regret that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one to replace the jobs. Same thing in the States, even anywhere.
Okay, let's take a little break. Let's look at the chat. When you become mayor, will you institute forced abort? You indicated in your earlier video. See,
anti-choice.
there's really no reason. There's no reason not to have to do that.
Yeah.
As long as everyone's getting married and having 2 kids.
Yeah.
And here's the wonderful thing, right? Everyone gets a one-bedroom apartment. When you get married, you can only get married to someone who lives adjacent to you.
Yeah.
But when you do, we knock down the wall between those two one-bedroom apartments.
Yeah.
And then you can live in a two-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And then you have two kids, a little cramped for a while, but of course when they become of age, 18, they get a government job.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get their own condo.
Let's see. You can pick out any. You can pick out anything you wanna address here. Should Ottawa be renamed New Ottawa? What do you think?
New Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the old Ottawa? Is this the one and only?
I don't think we need to rename ourselves as New Ottawa.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we are the Ottawa.
We're Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are Ottawa. Totalitarian no state. Yeah, that's actually that is basically what we're talking about here, which is the anarcho-totalitarianism of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, I am in favor of me getting more power, but only so that I can give the power back to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. How long do you? What are the terms here? Like the actual the leadership process.
The leadership process.
Yeah. Like how long do you hold power? Are you elected out?
I'm holding power for 4 years, and then
Okay.
I have to do a re-election.
Okay.
Yeah. So every 4 years, there's a mayoral kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last one was 2018. Actually, I sat in on those debates.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, one day I'll show those fat cats at Wall Street who's boss.
Yeah.
Democrat, Republican, it's all the same. Then I remembered I was Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what? Let's see. Oh no, he speaks French. This is grounds for termination. Here's the thing that people don't get.
Yeah.
Ottawa has a very rich French culture, but it's only about 10%, and it's mostly in name. It's not actually French. It's just like we're all bilingual, quote unquote, because we have to be to work for the government. Which is why I normally do speak English, but when I do speak French, je peux parler comme ça. Ça c'est une vraiment fort accent anglais. Oui?
Oui.
Oui. Glory to the Ottawan Empire. All right, all looks good. Before we get back to it, I just want to address this. Dreg, is Ottawa gonna have enough psychiatrists to deal with all the autismophrenics? Deal with all the autismophrenics? The autismophrenics are gonna be in the top echelons of government.
Yeah. Like the Brahmin caste.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why would we have? Sorry, I mean, just like, why would we have a? People claim to be pro mental illness, but they actually want to make people less mentally ill by giving them like normal pills.
Yeah.
No normal pills in Ottawa, under the Ottawa. All right, let's see this. Will the government jobs include producing food, water, housing, and electricity for other Ottawans? If so, how will that work? If not, when will people have those things in New Ottawa? Yeah. Well, anything we need in Ottawa, we will have a government job for. And that does include producing food, water, housing, electricity, blah, blah, blah. A lot of my opponents say, oh, you're going to starve. You're going to starve to death. And I stop listening to them. Because, here's the thing. If people know that your ideas are good, then they will inevitably try to just, invent some logic to basically completely remove it. How many nuclear warheads do you plan on developing? Basically as many as we need. But that's such a long-term strategy that we're not even worried about it. Okay. All right. Back to the human rights tier list. Okay. Right to freedom of assembly and association. This, I think, is another S+D.
Yeah.
Because we need the right to be able to assemble.
Yeah.
Mayorally, 5,000 people at this rally. That's what, 5% of the population of Ottawa. No, 0.5.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
And I think we're projected to reach 5% of the population coming out. It's like 50,000 people. And if we don't have the ability to do that, then I do feel like, we'll win anyway, but people will be a lot more bored.
You don't want people assembling against you, though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's why it's in the D tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's in the D tier.
Yeah.
Right to freedom of expression and opinion. Again, I very highly value my right to express my opinions. And I really value the right of people who agree with me about the outer wall of expressing their opinions. And the thing is, the vast majority of people are in support. But what I'm worried about is like the 1%, 2% of people who don't think the outer wall is a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, what can they do? What are their arguments?
They're like, oh, if you build a wall, then everyone's going to starve. Because you can't, there's no exports and imports. I'm like, we have the green belt.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of resources.
Yeah, for the city, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
We have a lot of land.
Yeah.
And, give it 20 years, 30 years. I'm telling you, our wall is going to look like that scene in World War Z.
Yeah.
With all the zombies. Will there be a door in the wall? And how many doors? How many walls? Yeah, and there's not going to be any doors.
We have the experimental farm. In the middle, there already is a farm in the middle of the city.
We have more than enough land and resources to grow food for all of Ottawa.
Yeah.
But in the short term, we can do light exports, light imports, until we nationalize our economy. Right to own property.
That whole own nothing and be happy stuff. I don't really care how the economics of you owning the one bedroom, whether you're renting it, whether you're owning it.
Yeah.
As long as you're in the one bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
I think it's probably good.
Yeah.
Just alone in a cube. Alone in a cube. The thing is, it could also be good for climate if everyone's alone in a cube as well.
Alone in a cube.
Yeah.
Like a one-bedroom condo, living room, kitchen, or a studio.
Yeah. I mean, I would like it if they could all have kitchens.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have to make compromises with reality. I'll put this in a C because owning property kind of has it's a very vague thing. Mm-hmm. What if they're owning a mansion? We don't want them owning mansions. We want them having an adequate standard of living. Adequate. Will there be a social credit system? The thing is, Ottawa already has a social credit system. It's just if you're a little too weird at a party, people will look at you strange.
And mine's super low.
Yeah.
Yeah. No social creditor.
Yeah. So, and it probably didn't help you, beating all those guys to death through bare hands as well.
No.
Yeah. Work and right to union. What do you think about the right to unionization?
Responsibility to unionize.
Responsibility to unionize.
Yeah.
What is the government except a big union?
Yeah, exactly.
In many ways. I mean, all government workers have one big government union, and I think that's going to take up half the jobs just by itself. That union.
Just running the union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm all for it, considering we need more union. We need. That's gonna save us a lot of work in terms of creating jobs. Just having a big union to support the government workers. Because right now, if we want to fire a government worker, it takes a really long time. We have to shuffle them around for years, and then sometimes if they're old enough, we just give them a do nothing job, which does even less. So yeah, I'm all for the unionization stuff. I think that's really important. I'm gonna give that an A. Right to nationality. We already have that. I'm just gonna put this with the nationality up there. Right to freedom of opinion and expression. This is the same as the right to freedom of assembly and association.
Yeah. In
my opinion. Right to asylum. So this is a Z tier. The problem with the right to asylum is I don't want anyone coming in. And over the course of the next few decades, there's going to be a lot of people who want to get into the wall because we're, safe, secure, self-sufficient, and the rest of the world is not going to be like that.
Yeah, zero homeless. Yeah. Zero crime.
Yeah, everyone's going to want to move to Ottawa to get the government job. And the problem that I see is people are already doing this. People are coming in from all over the place trying to move to Ottawa right now. It's driving up the house prices. And in many ways, these are people seeking asylum because house prices are being driven up in other places because of very poor national policy. And that's why we need to be able to create our own national policy. So give that a Z. Public hearing.
Public hearing?
Probably somewhere around. I don't know. What do you think?
It's like right to like right to a public hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. What are the crimes?
I don't think there's going to be any crimes.
No crimes.
If we self-select properly, this is going to be like pretty unimportant. Let's give it a D.
Yeah. Relevant.
Same thing with like these three is like, Ottawa people do not commit crimes. So we can put this all in D, like equality before the law, effective judiciary, right of the presumption of innocence.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have lawyers obviously and judges.
Well, is the only punishment like getting kicked out?
I don't think we're gonna have to even kick people out.
No.
Because like the people in Ottawa already, if you live in Ottawa, you are, an upstanding model citizen.
Yeah.
You're like you like things the way they are.
Yeah.
You like getting your beer at the Byward Market at 6 p.m. every day.
Yeah.
So if someone does do something wrong, then yeah, we out the wall.
Yeah.
Like, but it should be a very rare thing. Ban on torture. Again, we're not gonna have to torture anybody, and if we do torture anybody, it's not gonna be a big deal, right? Will the government jobs provide coverage for gender transition-related medical care? Will trans people be legally considered the gender that they identify as? Discrimination against trans people be legal? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. No reason why not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could kind of embrace a sort of homo-nationalism, transnationalism.
Yeah.
The problem that I find with transnationalism is it sounds too close to transnationalism.
Yeah.
Like that we might actually start doing trade with other countries.
Yeah.
So as long as we make sure that that's okay. And in many ways, we are trying to get every quadrant of the political compass on board with this plan, right? So strong national borders, auth right. Everybody gets a government job, auth left. Racial, sexual, gender diversity, lib left, and I myself use drem pronouns and identify as drag gender. And then lib right is there's going to be no tax.
Yeah.
No tax, 0% tax. Because here's the thing, we don't actually need to tax anybody.
No,
We just print.
the money just stays here.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Whole time. It doesn't go anywhere.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So why tax anybody?
Yeah.
It totally. So everyone is content.
Yeah.
The only people who aren't content, I guess, are the people who fear change.
Mm-hmm.
Right to recognition as a person before the law. Again, D. It's like kind of an irrelevant question.
Yeah.
Right to life. I know how you feel about this, Art Chad. You keep talking about people like, if they look at me wrong, they don't got no right to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a cold-hearted man, Art Chad.
Right to life.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
And at the same time, though, this could be used to spin into our mandatory pro-death policies, like the whole like mandatory abortion stuff.
Yeah.
Complicated. I think. Yeah.
Low, just to not because if it's high up, it complicates the mandatory abortion, right? If they're held to similar weight.
It's true.
Yeah.
Ban on discrimination. What do you think? No discrimination.
Yeah, everyone's
as long as they work for the government of Canada.
Yeah, you're a citizen of Ottawa. That's it.
You got the ability to have a government job.
It's your only identity.
Yeah, why not?
Is Ottawa.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Let me eat people right. See, these are the kinds of people we're keeping outside the wall here. All right, you let anyone else in, all of a sudden you got cannibals on your hands. We want a clean, orderly society.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the discrimination stuff as well. Like, you can be whatever you identify as. You can be any gender. You can be any sexuality, any race, as long as you're not disrupting the status quo.
Yeah.
Which is our new status quo, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ban on discrimination. Put a C. Innate freedom and equality. Because, we also need the right to discriminate against people who don't like government jobs.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like if a foreign agent, like a trucker or a Quebecois nationalist, come in.
Yeah.
And they try to undermine us.
Yeah.
By the way, we're pro Wexit. We're pro Quebec separatism. We think, if they want to nationalize, so be it, and also divide and conquer when we eventually start Ottawa annexing.
Mm-hmm.
The ban on discrimination is going to be important that's another complicated one. Innate freedom and equality, like C as well. And then community is definitely an S tier. That's why we're doing this. It's like community.
Yeah.
What will you do with the centrists? Will you have government assigned personas? How will you prevent people from climbing the Ottawa Wall? Will you consider renaming the Ottawa to the Democratic People's Republic of Ottawa? These are all really great questions. I'm going to be making many more videos about the march and about the things that we do. I'm already planning, I have a debate on the 16th about the environment.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about making a real recycling program that's not just shipping our plastic overseas. I'm going to talk about putting solar panels on the Ottawa Wall. Expanding the green belt.
Yeah.
So we'll have lots of opportunities. What happens to the U.S. to answer all these questions? I'll answer one more. What happens to the U.S. citizens trapped when the wall done? Those are not U.S. citizens anymore. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so I have here a future compass.
Get my thing going here.
Let me just see if everything's here. Okay. Load this up. So this was posted, and I think this is a good lead-in away from what we're talking about to what we're going to be talking about. So here we have a Dregian on the top, McCullian on the bottom, and then left versus right. So economic left and cultural left versus economic right and cultural right. Will there be prisons? Will there be police? Will there be corporal punishments? Will there be capital punishments? The people of Ottawa are very, very law-abiding people, and so that's probably not going to be an issue. But anyways, I'll put a pause on looking at the chat just for 5 seconds now. I'll answer this last one, and then we'll have to look at these future compasses.
Yeah.
What are your drug policies? Will drug users be imprisoned, or will people be placed in recovery? I'm very pro-drug, actually. Nicotine in the morning, coffee, a smoke a dart during your break, and then after you go to work, have a beer. I'm actually extremely pro-drug.
Yeah.
In that sense. All right, so for those of you who don't know, future compasses are these visions of possible futures. So this probably isn't the best example. This is probably a better example. A lot of these are made by Schizotopia on Instagram, but the future compasses there's lots of other ones that are made by just different people, and you have axes like hyper-civilization versus late Anthropocene, post-liberal versus neo-elite, right? And what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be looking at some of these. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, they have a really nice they have a really nice sort of aesthetic to them. But we're going to start with this one because this one is related to my mayoral campaign. So We have Dregian on top, which is like anti-centrism, as you know. It's destruction of the status quo. It's rebellion. It's unifying the far left and the far right. Although, again, during the mayoral debates, I don't bring this stuff up. But that's the end goal. The end goal is all of this stuff. And then on the other end, we have McCullian. So there's this fellow called J.J. McCullough. I don't know if you're aware of him.
A little bit.
He, I believe, I try not to, I don't really pay attention to what centrists do very much, but I believe he's a sort of status quoist to the extreme. Like, he's a conservative, but not even in like a cultural sense, just in like a I like things as they are kind of way.
Yeah.
So, in many ways, he opposes basically everything we're talking about, and would be very disturbed if any of my policies went through. That being said, I think he's actually somewhat supportive of it because he thinks it's a joke. So I think we can roll with that.
Yeah.
He's like, and this is actually something that's very helpful about post-irony as a political movement, because like I do mean, like, I am serious. I will build a big wall around Ottawa as soon as I get into power. Like, and I have the capability of doing that. And I also have the capability of expanding the reach of the government and making sure that everybody can get a government job. I'm capable of doing those two things. But if you tell that to anybody, they're like, anyone over 35, which Mr. McCullough certainly is, will be very confused. So we're working off of that right now. He believes that it is simply a joke. But, for example, if I did win...
Yeah.
We have J.J. McCullough's neoliberal middle-class counter-revolt against Dreg's Ottawa. What do you think?
How would the neoliberal middle class revolt?
Right.
Like, where's the aggression come from?
I know. They wouldn't even be able to revolt effectively.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with like the centrists,
They'd be figuring it out for like 2 years.
Yeah. The other thing is that even if they wanted to revolt, we are essentially making a nation of middle-class government workers, in a way, and people without any wants or desires beyond government work. So, in many ways, it would be like the snake eating its own tail. Yeah. But let's say J.J. McCullough did leave a neoliberal middle-class revolt against my Ottawa. How would they get over the wall?
Yeah.
So, if J.J. McCullough wants to try to organize something against my campaign, he can try, but I think he will probably fail. Joe Biden's American interventionist conquest to finally annex Canada as the 51st state.
Pro that happening.
Well, here's the thing. Again, he might try, but
Yeah.
the power of the Ottoman Empire is that by that point, by the time he recognizes as a threat, we've already Ottawa-annexed Gatineau.
Yeah.
We've already Ottawa-annexed all kinds of different places.
Yeah.
And we use that power to our advantage. And again, how do they get over the wall?
Yeah.
Are they going to nuke us?
We have a nice little pocket.
Yeah. I say, drag Biden, interventionist conquest, to finally annex America as the 51st municipality of Ottawa.
Yeah.
So that's on the McCullian right.
New Nepean.
Nupian. That's good. Left McCullough, the fading memory of liberal democratic Canada. Oh, that's just a kind of a sad one, I guess, for the liberals. Okay. Now let's flip to the other end, because this is my favorite one. Guevaraist, anti-centrist, universal basic government job, economics, isolationist, Republic of Ottawa. It's occurring to me that they might not be able to actually see this stuff, because we might be in the way.
True.
But here, as you can see, this one, it's not so much this isn't so much a future possibility as it is the future period.
Yeah, this is just what's going to happen. Yeah.
But let's look at we'll entertain some alternative ideas which are adjacent to this quadrant.
Yeah.
Ottawa, anarcho-fascist, permanent truckers' revolt of freedom improvement. So that's like the truckers stay here forever.
Yeah.
And then some sort of anarcho-fascism takes place where where fascists from an anarchist state overthrow the government and institute fascism.
Yeah.
It's a permanent revolt. it's like the permanent revolution, for like the Marxian or Trotskyite permanent revolution,
Yeah.
but on the right.
Yeah. It's kind of fun. They can they can orbit the wall on the outside.
Yeah.
They can always just, it's like the second line of defense.
Uh-huh.
Secretly, we like co-opt them in.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of spiritual. Although the wall would keep out any truckers. There could be a lot of spiritual overlap between us.
Yeah.
I think.
The truckers before the wall keep the neolibs out entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I think they could be a useful temporary ally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Castroist, Trudeauist, lizard Illuminati, global homo, Islamic, pedophilic, fake eyebrows party of Ottawa.
Fake eyebrow.
Yeah.
Does he have fake eyebrows?
I haven't really been keeping up with all the different adjectives to describe Trudeau, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh.
So, again, as we know, Justin Trudeau is the son of Fidel Castro, and I am the nephew of Che Guevara. So there would be a lot of great symmetry there.
Yeah.
Now, again, just as the truckers could be a potential ally, I say so too could the lizard Illuminati global homo, but elites, but only again temporarily. Like they would be sort of undermining our whole nationalism vibe.
Yeah.
But we could work with them in the short term to as we expand, we could be like, we're expanding, we're auto-annexing these people so that we can implement a sort of Trudeauist lizard Illuminati global homo.
Yeah. Global homo is like necessary for like a stable civilization.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But like, it's not really globo homo if we're doing it.
Ottawa homo.
Autowomo?
Ottawomo.
Homo homo?
Yeah.
The problem is we're looking for like a flatline replacement rate. So for any non-breeding pairs, we would have to have another breeding pair picking up the slack.
Yeah.
Which could be fine. I think that would work out. As long we might have to do a little bit of central reproductive management.
Yeah.
And then in the middle here.
Yeah, get the far extremes of like gay couples and then families with like 12 kids.
Yes.
But still a stable reproduction rate.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's look at the middles here. So this is neither Dragian nor Macaulian. I wonder what that'll look like. So Napoleon Ghost rises and leads the new Quebecois Francophonian Anglophobic empire.
The thing is,
the French aspect of our campaign is only like 15% of it. So for that to be the 100%, we're really pretty severely diluting things.
Yeah.
But that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Maverickian West Canadian Mass Agrarian Ancient Aesthetic Society. What do you think?
Ancient Aesthetic Society?
Yeah, agrarian. Everyone's like, planting their own stuff.
I mean, that could be the far off goal, like the utopian goal with the experimental farm.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, some of the government workers 1 hour a day are going to be going out into the fields and picking food, and growing food and stuff.
Yeah.
So that would be good. And then Inuit run Greater Nunavut frozen neo-solar punk anarchist communes. Yeah.
I mean, that's just a inevitability.
Isn't that already happening? Pretty much. I mean, just like on a small scale.
Yeah.
So just make it bigger. Make it a bigger scale. Yeah, I'm all for it. And the thing with nationalism, the thing that's so great about Canadian nationalism is Quebec gets their own nation. The Western provinces, they get to exit, they get their own nation. Indigenous people get their own nation.
Yeah.
We all get our own nation.
Yeah.
If they want it. If you want a nation, you got a nation.
Yeah.
You get a nation. You get a nation. Check under your seat. Even you have a nation. All right, next one. Moving on. Maybe we should briefly check the.
Make sure they can see.
Are you really the nephew of Che Guevara? Yes. Am I an intellectual? Of course. Lizards are cool. In your mission to make Ottawa sovereign, would you be open to becoming a permanent monarch? What would you make the Ottawa motto? I have played with the idea of becoming king of Canada.
Yeah.
But again, I would only be a king for the sake of anarchy. So it's like narco-totalitarianism, which can be interpreted as you give me all the power, I give you all the power.
Yeah.
Or I create a totalitarian state that eventually withers away until it only exists in your mind. So it's the people in reinforcing the totalitarianism.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
Narco-drug bowl society with Jewish characteristics. Do I believe myself to be inspired by the show Attack on Titan? We're actually going to put all the centrist politicians within the wall.
Within the wall?
Yeah, in the wall.
That's fun.
Yeah, and then, you know, if there's a big fight, the bricks, like, come off, and then just like Jim Watson's been in there. He's like, ah. Nah, we're just playing. I have no mouth, and I must scream. Bring out the autoantelopes. See, people are already, you know, there's some good stuff here. Oh, there's another one here. Can you please permit body pillow marriage? I want to eugenics myself. Those seem like two unrelated thoughts.
No, they're together. Replace the need for a wife.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of ways of getting a zero, like a flat replacement rate.
Yeah.
So
when you turn 18, you take a box and which one you want.
Yeah.
You get like you have to be gay, you get a body pillow, you have to have 12 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 4 options:
Yeah.
gay, 12 kids, body pillow, or I'm married to my government job.
Yeah.
I think that should be really it. Anyways, we're getting off track here. Bam. All right. So, okay, these are our first official, like, actual future compasses. We took a while to get here, but here we are. So we've got, let's see. Apollo on one end, Dionysian, and then techno-optimism versus techno-pessimism. Real quick, do you want to explain these spectrums?
Yeah, so Apollo would be like Puritan and clean, and then Dionysian would be like not Puritan and dirty and like no truth, no meta narrative, no anything. And then techno pessimist versus techno optimist. Techno pessimism would be like AI is going to destroy us, or we're all going to be like replaced by AI. And then techno optimism would be like we're going to be replaced by AI, but get UBI.
Okay.
Yeah. And all of our lives will improve with technology.
Right. So essentially, we're looking at the difference between like right accelerationism and left accelerationism.
Yeah.
Yeah. The right accelerationists are like, but from another perspective, if we did get replaced by AI, from a right accelerationist perspective, that is actually optimism, because that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want to be replaced by AI.
Well, we both want to both sides want to be replaced by AI.
But right accelerationists want to be replaced by AI and like cease to exist in a way.
Yeah.
The left accelerationists want to be replaced by AI, but then have AI make their own human experience better.
Yeah.
I see. Which one do you think is more likely? Whack or rack? Or are you more of a whack or a zack or a gack? You a gack?
No, I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You on the left zack?
Yeah, left
Yeah.
back. I hold pretty. I stay optimistic.
Okay.
I think if you are optimistic, it will happen.
Well, we're putting a transhumanist in charge of our research and development.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think we'll probably get at the post-human singularity in Ottawa in like 10 years. Meanwhile, everyone's like still catching up all around us. We've like ascended to a higher plane.
The government job that just researches the AI but never figures it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably where we're headed. Okay, so why don't we start? So, how do you say this? Apollonian. Techno-optimism is the hyper-Borgist ethno-state. So just a bunch of robots, very clean.
I like that image.
Yeah, it's a cool image. Where is this from? Probably some manga.
Yeah.
NPC-ish techno-liberalism. A little too close to what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah.
Meta-Judaist alchemist theocracy.
I like the sounds of that.
What is meta-Judaism? Are we missing something? Hold on, let me look this up. Meta-Judaism. I don't know why me looking this up I thought that this would actually result in a
Meta-Judaism.
Oh, this is meta-Judaism. I saw it as metal Judaism. Right, okay. We're not going to find an answer here.
Yeah.
Sticks and Stones, Deleuzian cyborgism. Okay, so You explain Deleuze to our intrepid viewers here. Explain all of Deleuze live
Oh my god.
in front of 600 people. Make 600 people know what Deleuze is.
I only know the rhizome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This seems to me like, like when Nick Land references Deleuze, it's referencing like this horrific abomination creature, like these flows, this machinic flows of capital.
Yeah.
And those flows of capital being like co-opted by like cybernetics.
Yeah.
Like, so we're basically looking at like a robot Cthulhu, essentially.
I like the sounds of that. That's already what we have. Just without, there's like a...
Without the actual robot part.
Yeah, we just make that biologically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Except that would just be steel, because the flesh is weak, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay. So techno-pessimism, feminist post-phallic primordialism. Because we're going closer towards Dionysian now. So then we have Luddite Shia peasantry.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom left we have esoteric monkey anarcho-neo-feudalism.
That's just like my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's where I grew up.
Uh-huh. So we can pretty safely say esoteric monkey anarcho-neo-feudalism is directly opposed to hyperborean ethnostate.
Yeah. That's a good dichotomy. You did a good job with that.
Narrowist decadent post-sarcetism. Sarcetism? I think they mean scarcetism, don't they? Let's look this up. Sarcetism. There's not a single result on Google for the word sarcetism, so I assume they mean scarcetism. But I'm not so sure.
No.
Cyberpunk gigolo phallocracy. This could be you.
Yeah.
This is the future left accelerationists want.
Yeah.
Wow, my life has become so much better since the advent of technology.
You know, I bought another, like, 2 screens.
Yeah.
Got, like, so many screens now.
What'd you buy?
Like, got, like, a GoPro for recording the rallies.
Yeah.
Got an iPad. So I was like, God, I'm looking at too many screens, and I bought more screens.
You ever been on your computer on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
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 But surely more technology will get us out of this problem.
More screens.
Astro-gangsterist ultra-Foucaultism. You must have read Foucault.
No.
Me neither.
No.
Yeah. But he's postmodernist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Although I guess it would make it difficult for me to find out exactly what astro-gangsterism would have to do with ultra-Foucaultism.
I know it sucks. Like I only see. I've read so much theory, but then when you miss like little bits of it, it just renders entire references like useless. And the only reason to read it is to like understand. Like, oh, I understand what that means.
Yeah. The whole point of reading the entire book is so that you understand one little quadrant on this graph.
Yeah.
Yeah. Homoerotic pirate republic, boomer grillocracy, wizard communalism, and Street Fighter ascendant gamer state. It seems like there's some third access going on here that I'm not privy to.
So like some masculine gay fighting.
Oh, sorry, we missed these two. Posadist transfascism. Again, transfascism good, transnationalism good, transnationalism bad. Hope that's clear.
Yeah.
Accelerationist Leninism.
I like that image. That's inspiring.
What this reminds me of is like permanent revolution, but like in space.
Yeah.
Like, but or maybe more like, I guess that would be accelerationist Trotskyism. It's just like spreading communism into space, basically.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's right next to Posadist transfascism, though.
Explain Posadism to me.
So the world is rotten
Yeah.
to its core.
Yeah.
Because capitalism is so ingrained into our systems and structures that there would be no way of effectively removing it.
Yeah.
So the only way to get rid of it was to start from scratch, basically.
Okay.
Um,
Was that a guy? Was it a single person?
yeah, a guy called Posadis.
Okay.
Jay Posadis. And he had a kind of a cult-like following.
How long ago?
This was like 60, 70 years ago,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Actually, no, this would have been 60, 70 years ago during the Cold War.
Yeah.
sometime during the Cold War, period, which is where it would have been, because there was a lot of fear of nuclear war, and the Posadists were like, good.
Okay.
Nuclear war.
If
it
was
does
like,
happen.
Was it like more culty or more political? Culty?
It was both.
It was both. Okay.
Yeah, it was a political cult. I mean, this was like I think they called them like the Fifth International or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember which. Actually, we should probably figure this out. Fifth International.
I like that logo. Dang, these are great fucking logos, man.
It's true. Oh, Fourth International Posadist.
Yeah.
So they were a branch of the Trotskyites.
Okay.
Trotskyists. Sorry. Okay. Wait a second. Wizard communalism. Is that Lenin? All right. We're moving on. So I'll let you pick, our Chad. Which of these ones do you want to cover next? I'll let you.
I saw this one earlier. I like how there's like a different.
Yeah, this isn't quite a future compass, although it maintains the same. Again, this one was made by Schizotopia, our friend Schizotopia.
So this seems to be this sort of is like representing some sort of loop.
Yeah.
Fearful of death, humanoids abolish nature and condense cosmos into an AI simulation.
Yeah.
Evolution, unconstrained by space-time, produces reptilians who hate their immortality.
Yeah.
Are you just saying yep? Because I don't actually understand this.
No, I get that.
Explain this step.
I feel like that makes sense.
How?
So now that immortality is like on the table for some reason, people have been talking about it, and the consensus amongst a lot of thinkers is that we would just like it would be horrible because all of a sudden now you don't have an expiration date, so you wouldn't do anything because it's like if you're like the fact that we know we're gonna die allows us to like live freely, and then all of a sudden not knowing or like knowing you're not gonna die, you would just live in fear of everything.
Right.
Because it's now you're not gonna die, so now you have to live in fear.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but this is still in the AI.
And you wouldn't do anything either. Like
Yes.
you would nothing would get done.
Yeah. You humans were meant to die essentially.
Yeah.
Transhumanists would not like what you just said though. So. Evolution unconstrained by space-time produces oh right, okay. Actually, I do get this because this is all in an AI.
Yeah.
So you can like simulate 1,000,000 years in an AI without actually time passing. And cause
I don't know how it produces reptilians.
it's got to be reptilians
They just appear.
because this makes it fit so neatly in with the Illuminati reptilian conspiracy.
Yeah.
Conspiracy. Next stage. Aliens are sent back in time to stop humanoids from creating simulation. Now this seems like it's coming out of nowhere. Where are the aliens coming from?
They're just the ones that are already out there.
Aliens merge with humanoids by accident, accelerating their evolution, and then we're back to fearful of death. Humanoids abolish nature and condense cosmos.
Yeah,
into
we're
AI simulation.
right here.
We're right here.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of those two.
So you telling me the aliens were already sent back in time to stop humanoids from creating simulations?
Yeah.
And they made the pyramids.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Moving on. This I think is my favorite. I believe also created by Schizotopia. Read this for me.
Unlimited UPI, but it explodes if you don't spend it on time.
This is peak Yang.
Yeah.
This is what Yang should have been. I think he would have won the mayoral campaign in New York if he had just ran on this policy.
Yeah.
Give everybody money, but if you just hoard the money,
Yeah.
it blows up.
Yeah.
The actual like sane version of this policy would just be give everyone $1,000. At the end of the month, you lose the money you didn't spend.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to want to spend it. That stimulates the economy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and then that's like the best way of, from a left accelerationist perspective, harnessing capital to accelerate capital.
Yeah.
International Cyber Catholic Reformation.
Down for that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yonic geology, crystal, consciousness, ego, death, awakening. I've actually been getting into crystals.
Yeah, you say that.
Yeah. I've been getting into crystals.
But are you like more into crystals? Because it started out, I remember we had a conversation, and you were like, oh, I understand, like you put power into something and then it manifests.
Yeah.
But then every time you bring it up, you're like more excited about crystals. Like you're more into it.
I don't know. I just like to learn about crystals. You have to learn about like the formation of the planet.
Okay.
You have to learn like billions of years ago how like molten rocks were like smashing against each other and then like creating these like crystalline structures.
Is if like random random women with a bunch of crystals. Do they all know that? They all hold that knowledge?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, to adopt a framework that seems ridiculous, you need to sort of you need to take it in with like big loving arms and look for the parts of it that do connect with you.
Yeah.
And you can like the parts that connect are just like, oh wow, you have to know so much about everything else just to figure out why, I don't know, ancient Greeks would use obsidian for this or whatever, you know. Now, in terms of, oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's fun. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, you know, once I got into like the million genders and Myers-Briggs theory, crystals is just not that far off.
Yeah.
It's like political compass, where it is like mostly insane, and then you're like at the like, I'm gonna learn about like all the different like pluralism. You know, like there's like a whole wiki of people who have like these terms for like systems of like alternate personalities in your head.
Yeah.
So I got to learn about that. I got to learn about every framework, every possible framework.
Yeah.
And then I got to put all the frameworks into one framework.
Yeah.
And then I got to deconstruct that framework. And then who knows what I'll do? Probably jump off something. Ted pilled gay hobbit love shack.
Yeah, it's chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also like my hometown.
This is like gay anarcho primitivism.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just add gay in front of any ideology.
Yeah, no, definitely being gay is necessary for the future.
Oh yeah.
There needs to be like more and more gay people, or like, if not, it's gonna be like mass suicide rates and like a complete plummet of the birth rate.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what you just said there because you're hinting at what you actually mean without saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about that, men. Think about that, because otherwise it's just like, you know, one guy and 1,000 women.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's on the incel wiki they call that the gay pill, the homo pill.
Is that a thing already?
Yeah, the homo pill. I'm doing a video called the Incelclopedia.
Okay.
Where I talk about all the different terms that the incels have.
Yeah.
That's one of them, the homo pill.
Homo pill.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad I thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampiric biohacker global balkanization. Does this mean anything to you?
Like everywhere becomes the Balkans?
I think so. It's like biohacked.
I don't know how that connects to the Balkans.
I'm not sure either. I could probably brush up on my world history. Actually, no, I shouldn't. I don't care about anything besides Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah. When E equals MC squared actually violates the NAP, so you construct your own private particle collider initiated defensive Mick black hole cannon strike. It's like anarcho-capitalism in space.
Yeah.
Replace Olympics with World Hunger Games to determine who wins space exit tickets. Yeah, space it.
Yeah.
That's the final, like after the auto exit, after the world goes to Shiza,
Yeah.
everybody goes and
Into space.
space exit.
Like 20,000 people.
Yeah, well, everyone is kind of not the right word for it.
the best people.
The best people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Elon Musk and his 15 wives
Yeah.
and his 55 children.
Does he have 15 wives? Do you think he fucks?
Oh, he fucks. Have you been following the news?
I know about the flight attendant thing.
Yeah, it's one of many. But like also he has like
Yeah, but if you're just like flashing flight attendants,
you would. I'm not.
That's someone who doesn't fuck.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is an opportunity for our audience to tune in here.
Hell yeah, capitalism Myers-Briggs.
I can explain this one. Wait, yeah. If we missed anything, chat. Feel free to let us know for sure. Meta-Judaism is basically Gnostic Judaism and a reinterpretation of scriptures like esoteric Christianity.
Okay.
How come I looked that up and I didn't see anything?
Because only Tom K knows.
Only Tom K knows.
Yeah.
See, this is what the internet's great for. So many new wings of knowledge. Okay. Can we have recreational nukes? Not recreationally. Not in Ottawa. We have the nukes for very specific reasons. I'm Annex NB guy. Annex me, Ottawa. So this guy called me and was like, "We gotta annex."
New Brunswick?
Yeah, and I was like, "Sure," but like, I just told him he needs to spread the word in New Brunswick first.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be auto-annexing New Brunswick if people don't want to get auto-annexed to New Brunswick. Will there be a moat around the Ottawa wall? Yes. There will be. We're going to put alligators in the fresh water.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. They'll be like, I can't breathe. Wait. Sarcasm is a real ideology. No, it's not. Come on. Anyway, I don't think we figured this out. Which party are you running with? Someone doesn't understand how mayoral politics work. You don't run with a party. You run as yourself. But if there was a party, I would run as part of the anti-centrist party. Okay. Will you upload the rally recordings? So I recorded the whole rally on an SD card, and then I lost the SD card. So unfortunately, when I say 5,000 people showed up, you're just going to have to take my word for it, because...
Hey, someone asked, where to go is a great question.
Message retracted?
Might have message retracted. It just said, what do you think about men?
What do I think about men?
Yeah.
What do you think about men? Again, I'm drag gender, so technically I'm not a man.
I stand by my gay thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I only hold that because I'm not gay.
Right.
So I'm jealous of it.
Oh, yeah. On the outside looking in.
On the outside looking in. I live in my suffering
Right.
of not being gay.
Yeah, much like other people on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, me being, like, on the wall.
Yeah.
They're, like, on the outside of the wall looking in. But they can't look in because
Yeah.
it's just made of bricks and we don't have windows. All right, back to it. Back to it. Back to it. Replace Olympics with Hunger Games. Okay. By the way, this is just like a regular political compass. Like, this is lib left, this is auth right. What do you think about this one?
Ironic neoliberalism.
It's pretty great. Like Hillary Clinton in Joker makeup.
Yeah.
With a gay NATO flag, shooting somebody.
I was talking with something similar in DNR of just being a landlord, like a slumlord, but you're like left back. So it's like, oh, I'm doing the thing I'm supposed to. Everyone's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Like you're just the accelerationist landlord.
I brought up left accelerationism to someone at the rally, and they were like, so like a huge company buying up a bunch of like apartment units, but it's good.
Yeah, like BlackRock.
Yeah.
But like BlackRock buying apartment units for affordable housing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just put like LAC in their Twitter bio.
Yeah, and then
everyone's like, oh, this is great.
It's good, actually.
Yeah.
Synthetic Aryan e-girl trad waifu singularity.
Aryan e-girl, trad waifu. I can't make sense of that. It's like an equation. My IQ isn't high enough to like put all this together.
As we're going through this, my brain has started buzzing more and more, like I'm getting a migraine or a stroke or something.
Have you read Hegel?
I don't read books.
Do you know anything about Hegel?
I do not read books.
Okay, I don't know.
I know Hegel was about the thesis, antithesis, synthesis, dialectic stuff.
Yeah, that's all I know. But I feel like I should read Hegel.
Quantum Hegelian master-slave. Oh, he talked about master-slave dichotomy, which is like you are like there's the master part of your brain, there's the slave part of your brain.
Have you talked about that before, Nietzsche?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. And I also don't know if it's a part of your brain. See, I don't read books, and I refuse to read books. So whatever we say is what is the truth at this point.
Yeah.
Quantum Hegelian master-slave hypostasis with Lovecraftian tendencies. Again, chat. If you can explain any of this, send it in the chat. Maybe preface it with explanation, all caps, : and then just explain what we're looking at. If you feel like you can explain this better than our little brains can comprehend. DSA Posadist Accelerationist Caucus of the 6th International. 6th International. I'm pretty sure we haven't got to the 6th International yet.
What's the What's the fifth international?
The fifth international is the efforts made by groups of socialists and communists to make a new workers' international, obviously. 2003. Hugo Chavez in 2007 would seek to create a new international.
Like the International Workers Union.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
IWW.
Yeah. All the coolest Antifa people have a hat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any protest I go to, those are the ones I always actually respect.
Right. Well, I mean, I think the anarcho-syndicalists would probably be on board with my movement, considering half of the government jobs are just like for the union of the government jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 50% anarcho-syndicalism.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea of the anarcho-syndicalist is like abolish the government, replace with a big union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sixth International.
I like the de-evolution.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like the reverse anamorphs?
Yeah. That's the other, I think the centrist future, the centrist singularity. Maybe. I don't know, it just seems like you make the AI and then humans just over thousands of years de-evolve.
You're right. It would be centrist if they didn't add Soviet.
Yeah.
And then Stalin with eye lasers seemingly devolving a boy into a gorilla.
Oh, that's my dream.
Base nuclear decolonization, Afro-Zionist caliphate, Rasta jihadism. I think this is that we're punching outside of our depths if we try to explain this one.
Yeah.
I've not heard of Rasta jihadism.
You know, Africa's they're not gonna do pretty good pretty soon. Bad things are gonna happen to Africa.
What?
Yeah.
What do you think the wall is for?
Eurasian People's Union, World Hegemonic, Sino IKEA.
I think like a hyper-capitalist EU. Like a corporatist EU.
Yeah, like a corporatist EU.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of sick.
I think this is my favorite compass. Mainly for like ironic neoliberalism and UBI, but it explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this post-constitutionalist NFL NRA merger, free market states' rights, Booga League?
Booga League. That's pretty extreme for something in like the center right column of the future compass. Anyway,
This one looks great too.
this
This was the one that's also like just a normal political compass.
yeah, this is also which is good.
So the problem is I don't think this is just a normal. So like lib-right, Magoism.
Megaism.
It's like Mao
Yeah.
and MAGA. I see. But why is this lib-right?
MAGA would be like off right. Mao would be like off left.
Yeah.
Maybe we're missing something here. Neo-shamanic Shanity? Q-tianity? Basically, that's the Q shaman being crucified.
Did you see the stuff from the CPAC?
No.
Oh, they had an installation, and it was a January 6th rioter in a jail cell, and he's just like crying in the jail cell, and then people like read prayers at him, and that was like an art installation at CPAC.
That was an art installation.
Yeah. I don't know what art installation or.
Like saying it's an art installation implies there's multiple ways to interpret it, which there definitely is. So maybe.
Yeah, and then there's.
Modern artists wish they could make something as good as that.
I know. I'm glad that the right is taking like some good installation art. That's very new.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
But it's good for the art world.
Well, and art on the right is always so direct. It's like you can't. They want to make things you can't interpret. It's like this is what it is.
Yeah, it's the Ben Garrison like.
Yeah.
This is that. That is this.
Yeah.
You know, bad guy, killing. Good.
Yeah.
You know.
Roaring neo-20s bivactual world orgy.
We're approaching that.
What is bivactual? It's like bisexual, vaccinated bisexuals.
Yeah, like you got two different vaccines. So you got Moderna.
Oh,
and...
bivactual.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So like you get two different vaccines, and then what? You have an order.
Yeah.
Do you know what Palladium is? Palladian amnesty?
No. Do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Palladium. That's what you have the internet for, my friend. Oh, it's a star system. Oh, folklore and mythology. It's in the Northern Hemisphere. Some scholars of Islam suggested that Pleiades are the star mentioned in Surah.
Hey, the Subaru badge on the car is a cluster of stars.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
There's a whole new fun fact there.
Okay. This guy kind of looks like MatPat in like a feminist hat.
Who's Kaiv?
K-Hive/Anon. This seems to be what's in the background is the overarching like every conspiracy theory graph.
Yeah.
We should look at that. Like every conspiracy theory. I wonder if I can find it. No, this one's lame. I won't be able to find it. But people in the chat know what I'm talking about.
Schizo.
I don't know. That tends to. It is very schizo. But anyway, it has like all these connections between all the different things.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Biden's itty bitty presidency.
itty bitty.
Oh, because he's gonna die and then Kamal's gonna take over.
Oh yeah, just like waiting.
That's a little dated. He's still alive.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
No, yeah, he's got a good couple of years.
You know, he's the oldest person elected president by 8 years.
Jeez.
And number 2 is Trump.
Jeez.
By like 4 years.
This is what I'm talking about with the whole gerontocracy stuff.
Yeah, it's like we live it now. And then Nancy Pelosi is like next in line.
Yeah. We love old people.
There's a picture of Nancy Pelosi and JFK. And Nancy Pelosi looks like a grown woman.
Oh my god. That's whack. Speaking of which, Neuralink Dementia writes transboomerism.
Yeah.
This is on the far right.
Well, that's gonna be our crisis. Is like Russia and Japan and China are gonna have a population crisis, and we're not, but we're gonna have like just a complete overload of the healthcare system in like 10 years, because everyone's gonna get dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's starting now,
yeah. I mean, that's
and they're gonna spin it to take away public healthcare in Canada. Ontario is already talking about like privatizing some aspects of public healthcare.
yeah. Well, our healthcare system is like collapsing
Yeah.
currently, and so it's just kind of like more strain. Like we're gonna have to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, another reason to pull out of Canada.
Yeah.
If in the Ottawa in the Ottawa that we're creating, there will be healthcare.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we'll have the government jobs to give to people who want to take care of the old people.
Yeah.
And then those old people also have government jobs.
Doesn't the U.S. has the highest infant mortality rate of any first world country?
Yeah, because you can't afford to go to the doctor, so you just like have the
In the bath and dies.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
whoops, try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, centrist Euparium. It's like a Europe imperium. This is like Macron takes over all of Europe.
Yeah. Apparently they don't like him. I work with someone from France.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they did. I thought everyone liked Macron, but they don't.
So they don't like Macron because like one person who doesn't like Macron.
Yeah. No, I said, do people in France like Macron? They said, no, they all don't like him.
Oh.
They don't like him for the same reasons that no one likes Trudeau.
Trudeau. Yeah, it's the same ideology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although Macron, yeah, I guess both Trudeau and Macron had some like based moments here and there, but
Yeah.
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 Ultimately, they're emblematic of
Was Trudeau 2015? Somebody got elected?
2015, really?
Yeah,
Seems like it was before that.
No, it's like 2015.
Yeah, I think you're right. 2015.
He's got his power till 2025. We're not gonna lose Trudeau. He's gonna be here forever. There's not gonna be another election.
Cyborg Trudeau. Just like his head is like in a vat. He's got like a robot eye.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything good here?
Nothing I can wrap my head around. Revenge of the
Oh my God! Look, Vax-Partheid Bio-Balkans again.
Balkans.
Yeah. we love our Bio-Balkans, folks.
I think it's because they're like the most obscure European countries, but they're also like not bad. Like they're really well. Like Estonia has like the best tech infrastructure of any country in the world. Like they're doing really well, but they're also like completely irrelevant.
I think we're missing something though
With the Balkans.
With the Balkans, yeah.
Well, they're also like if the Balkans fall, then Poland. Like if Russia takes the Balkans back, then Poland gets all its power back, and Poland will become like a new world superpower in Europe.
Oh, explanation. Mom and Dad are fighting over the new Samsung smart fridge. Trolled again. All right, let's keep going. Let's see.
Gender McCullough gender.
McCullough gender. I actually know someone who's McCullough gender.
Is it JJ?
It's JJ. All right. NSA Prism Global Project Conspiracy Theory 2002 leaked Snowden files, Open SD code, audited by NSA proxy company Five Eyes Country, Israel NSO Group, IME PCPU. Yeah, sounds about right. Promote this person to the top of government. That's about the same level of word salad as exists everywhere else. Okay. I don't think we have any great explanations. Balkanization is when countries split apart into many smaller pieces. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, I remember that. Because I think that might have something to do with Yugoslavia.
Okay.
I think. Anyway, again, I refuse to learn about any history beyond what's going on in Ottawa, Ontario.
I also mixed up Balkan and Baltic in my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the joke's on me.
It would be Baltanization. There must be a connection.
Is the Balkans.
We're gonna figure it out. Baltic states versus Balkans.
Fucking completely different.
I'm proud of you because you don't know anything about what's going on except beyond Ottawa.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna have to know anyway.
I used to know. I moved here and it just left my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you enter Ottawa, like all your knowledge about everything going on beyond Ottawa just immediately leaves you.
Have you guys seen Squid Games? I'm gonna go to bed. No, I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm gonna go to bed.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
When I'm elected mayor of Ottawa, everyone's gonna be talking like that.
Yeah.
And it'll be wonderful. It'll be beautiful. Revenge of the Ratzinger Pope Ditat. No idea. DNGO CCP. All right. Let's move on. Epstein rises.
Late stage. Okay, this is also just a normal.
This is a normal one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any good.
There's one. We didn't look at this one.
Oh, this one seems good as well.
Yeah.
Amosexual Pride Month. Consensual sex slavery.
Yeah.
Furry breakaway civilization.
Yeah.
E-currency based on men's emotional labor.
I like that one.
Vindictive pseudo-lesbianism.
Already there.
Trans animatriarchy. Animatriarchy. Ooh.
We're here. We're in between.
We're here. So one step to the left,
Yeah.
and we're at like anime trans woman
Yeah.
ruling. One step to the right, and it's like TERFs, kind of a TERF vibe, but also like anti-men, like super anti-men, like annihilating any kind of masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woke men's crypto polygamy.
That's where I want to be.
Yeah. You want to be the woke man.
Yeah. Woke men, crypto polygamy.
Cyborgian dildo envy.
I knew a guy who would do that.
Nationalized Tinder. That's not a bad idea for the Ottawa exit.
Ottawa has its own Tinder.
Yeah. Ottawa has its own Tinder, and it's just like all kind of the same type of woman. Just like government worker.
Otto Winder.
Otto Winder?
Otto Winder.
There's something
Tinder.
there. Tindottawa.
Tindottawa.
Something there.
Yeah.
Jungian gender alchemy.
That's beautiful. Why is he green?
Well, it's because he's like the Pepe frog. He's like the Pepe meme, and it's just like a bunch of people like pointing and like screaming at him.
Oh, here, Thottawa.
Wait. Oh, Thottawa. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Although it's a little from the male perspective. No, yeah, I guess you can be a male thought. You can be a man whore or something. Paleo MGTOW.
Guy at work was talking about MGTOW. I was talking about something. He was like, "Oh, like MGTOW," and I was like, "Not at all." And he walked away. He just wanted me to talk about MGTOW with him.
He wouldn't even like breach the topic.
Yeah, no, I was talking about something entirely unrelated, and he said, "Oh, like MGTOW," and I was like, "No, not like MGTOW at all." And
Oh,
like,
so he's just like he's hyper focused on
Yeah.
wanting to talk about men going their own way.
yeah,
Is he a MGTOW?
I think so.
Oh.
He was like, I work with somebody who doesn't like Jordan Peterson and Rogan and that whole umbrella, and then he approached me and was like, "Do you know about those guys?" And I was like, "Oh, ask them," and then walked away. And I sucker on him. I was like, "I'm not dealing with this."
It occurred to me actually recently that a MGTOW is the male equivalent of "I'm a strong, independent woman who doesn't need no man."
Yeah.
It's just like for the men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the only real issue with it was like the form, like the concept of like, oh, taking yourself off the market and working on yourself is like innocent as hell.
Yes.
But there's the actual MGTOW form, which is like bad.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of examples of like the internet forum versus like the actual thing that it's related to.
Yeah.
Because like it's one thing to do or be something, and then it's another thing to have a community around doing or being something.
Yeah.
But everyone should have those kinds of communities. For example, if you're an incel, join the incel community.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then become radicalized into that form. And the further down that path you go, the better your life becomes because you become more invested in a community.
Yeah. What's that one? Above Green Peterson.
Oh my God, I'm having some. Okay, White Sharia. Have you heard of White Juche?
No.
Big resurgence in the right wing community about adding white to the end of just different ideologies. Like White Sharia is basically like
Sure, like just white Sharia law.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are kind of the same. I guess that's why they're
state mandated Soviet tradwife.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're very associated. I realize that I'm just getting now that all of these are like sex/gender related.
They are.
Yeah. Will to power bottom.
Oh wait, there's a bunch of screenshots of like porn. That's like the back.
Oh my God.
That's the back thing.
Don't point that out. Jeez. I'm surprised we haven't been taken down yet. Oh no, that might have done it. Okay, we're still up.
How easy is it to get taken down?
It's pretty easy.
Did you just say the wrong thing?
Yeah. That's why I sort of try to censor myself a little bit. But it's if it happens, it happens. Hyper-civilization versus late Anthropocene. Post-liberal versus neo-elite. So post-liberal is like we go beyond liberalism. Neo-elite is like the elites centralize their control and become more metastasized. Late Anthropocene, I guess, is after like humans collapse.
Yeah.
Hyper-civilization is like humans keep going. Megatropolis survival zone, post-liberal.
That's Ottawa.
Yes. Singaporean world government, artificial eclipse midnight city, eugenics orbital terrarium. Is this Evernote public? I could make it public. Yeah, if you want to follow along. I think that should be fine, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't post it. It's too many characters. Okay, never mind. I'm looking for explanation. Is there really only that one explanation? Okay, we're slipping.
Yeah.
We're slipping on the intellectual front here. We need more people who know more of these random terms.
Your thoughts on Ayn Rand?
Thoughts on Ayn Rand? Good, obviously. Ayn Rand. All right, Ayn Rand. Objectivism is like somewhere pretty far on the bottom right.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Private Artificial Island Pacific Confederation.
Where's that? Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's where we're headed as well. That's a good.
These ones are all pretty normal.
Yeah, Gregorian ecology.
Yeah, none of these are that crazy.
Bug farm autonomism.
They're all kind of utopian.
That's what my mom was talking to you about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bug farms.
Yeah.
Wind punk Arcadia. Venomous emergent evolution overgrowth.
That one's cool. Arctic thaw neo frontier survivalism.
You know what we could do? If people want to follow along, if I look up Schizotopia, because Schizotopia, he's my go-to Future Compass guy. Maybe his Instagram. Oh, this is podcast, I think. Or isn't it? Oh, I'm not logged in. Anyway. Yeah, probably just these. Actually, you know what I should do is just look up Future Compass. And here they are, more or less.
I go back. There's a big.
These ones?
Yeah.
Radical versus moderate, bad end versus good end.
Radical good end.
Concert-led global superstate. Radical bad end, AI takeover.
Literal organic empire. I like the ones that have like a bit of like happiness in them.
The bad end and moderate is global malaise. That's pretty fun. Austerity versus relaxation. Uncanny versus super strange. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I think we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all kind of have the same. I mean, yeah, they all have the same vibe.
Yeah.
It's like humans destroyed, humans not destroyed.
Yeah.
AI good, AI bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you say? You wanna look at like a couple more and like just I think we've pretty much looked at all of these, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we'll cap it off by looking at
We didn't look at that one.
Squid Talk.
That's Ottawa.
I wonder who... Is this like the TikTokers have to play Squid Game, basically? Or they're playing Squid Game for TikTok? This is real, eh? New Thought Boss Witchonomics. There's a YouTube channel that predicts crypto prices, and she's like a witch.
Yeah.
And she like does the predictions with like crystals and stuff.
Is she right frequently?
She has a YouTube channel. I don't know about writing.
Okay. I know. Is she right about?
Oh, is she right?
Yeah.
She probably claims that she's right.
Okay.
A lot.
Netflix Hate Speech Commission. Just Dave Chappelle. LAPD Automated Fields Patrol. Ivermectin break-in nay civilization. Have you seen that meme? It's like people who do ketamine, people who do ivermectin. It's like the left and right shaking hands because they both do horse drugs.
Oh.
But really, you want to do ketamine and ivermectin. Never mind. I shouldn't say this on the whatever.
You're taken down.
The centrists in Ottawa will try to take me down.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we did very well.
Yeah.
Why don't we answer? We'll answer a few more. Questions about the Ottawa exit, and we'll call it a day. Let's see. So, what did we think of the future compasses? First of all, tell us about the future compasses. And then second, I have to play Bad Optics at some point.
What's Bad Optics?
That's the video game with you're a ball and you answer like political questions. And there's been an update recently.
Okay.
So I should cover that.
How the fuck are you doing that with your leg?
What are you talking about? What do you mean? I should box you Logan Paul style. I have a feeling you would win. I mean, that's why you're my bodyguard here. I'm paying you the big bucks just to stand around and kill people for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thoughts
on Jordan Peterson, bro?
You think we know what anything means? We just follow you blindly. Good. That's what I want to hear. Wait, where's the Jordan Peterson?
But down. Thoughts on Jordan Peterson, bro? Polygamy gaming.
Yeah. Thoughts on Jordan Peterson, bro? He's like a centrist, right? Center right.
Yeah.
Moderate right. Although he's been getting further on the right. He's the problem that I had with him before was that he would be like, I'm left wing, but I'm also right wing, and now he's just like not talking about the fact that he has any like proclivity to the left.
Yeah.
Just like.
Yeah, because he always say he was liberal.
Yeah.
In terms of like.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not actually.
I'm an open thinker, so I'm liberal.
Yeah. No, I'm pro closed thinking. AI and economic dystopia is legit. I need to make videos on this soon. Economic poster. All right, thank you. AI and economic dystopia is legit. Is there a way for me to like just sort the super chats? I don't think so. If there is, I never managed to figure it out. Drag is Jordan Peterson's greatest accomplishment. I always like the idea of taking the whole idea of like if you have no orienting force or whatever,
Yeah.
or like you become like a horrible nihilist and then just really embodying that and using it to destroy the world.
Yeah.
Any possibility of acquiring an auto visa? No one gets in, no one gets out. I've been pretty clear about this. Although I guess maybe at the beginning we'll let people pay absorbent amounts of money just to help finance our wall building and stuff. Invade Detroit, Detroitawa?
That's what the farmland is.
The farmland?
Yeah, when you do expand the farmland.
Yeah, when we're like,
Detroit.
if we're like getting a little hungry,
Yeah.
we go to Detroit. What religion is drag? He seems pretty silent about it. I've been always pretty clear about this. I'm anti-agnostic. So either you're an atheist or you're a theist, but there's no in between.
Yeah.
When I get elected, can I make Jim Carrey play Pennywise in IT4? You know what IT4 is?
It 4.
Oh, It 4. It 4. There's an It 3?
Is there an It 3?
I don't know, man. I watched It 1, and then I didn't watch It 2. Hold on. Let me find a question for you. Chad getting awfully excited whenever polygamy comes up. Explain that. Yeah, explain that.
Am I?
Yeah.
With the polygamy and the gay. Yeah, there needs to be like queer polygamy.
Mm-hmm.
Like 75% of people need to be queer and polygamous. No, like 95%.
What you're describing is that there's some sort of like hierarchy. It's like sexual hierarchy, and the bottom just like clumps together into sort of bio-Leninist blob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or else it just becomes lonely. Everyone just gets lonely.
There's something to be said about that. Throw away your olanzapine. Already done. All right, Chad. What if I give you 50 milligrams of olanzapine?
What?
It's an antipsychotic.
What would that do to me?
You would become the opposite of psychotic. Like, so most people are like, oh, if I'm not
Does it work
psychotic, I'm
immediately?
normal. It works. Sometimes it works immediately, although a lot of the time you have to take it so that it builds up in your system. I could talk about antipsychotics for like weeks, but basically, if you take it, you will after like 4 or 5 hours probably start feeling like really sleepy if you keep taking it like regularly. If you're like super psychotic, you're schizophrenic. If you're like a little psychotic, you're like kind of creative.
Yeah.
If you're like a little not psychotic, then you're like sort of status quoist in the world of the world. If you're like super antipsychotic, then you're just like a catatonic schizophrenic, and Deleuze and Guattari is basically a medicated schizo in a way. It's like someone who's just like you can't really do anything. You can perceive, but you can't like you don't have any dopamine.
Yeah.
We blocked all your dopamine out. Anyway.
I think I'm a healthy metapsychotic. I get like I call it brain bubbles, where if I just like read things too much, it's like I feel like zaps of like excitement when I connect ideas. But it's like physical sensations of like getting like visually excited.
It's like reading the dictionary. Every word you learn is like a little mini psychotic trip.
Yeah.
Because it makes all these connections in your mind.
Yeah.
You want to be a little psychotic.
Yeah.
You actually want to be a lot of psychotic, or you want to be very unpsychotic, but you don't want to be in the middle. You don't want to be in the middle. Will guns be allowed for the city? We're not going to need guns.
Yeah, not necessary.
Maybe I'll have a gun, but that's just because people are going to try to kill me. Will you fist fight Trudeau? Yeah, if he's down, I'll fist fight Trudeau. Would you say this chat is Gentiles only? I'm not sure how to respond to that one. Although I will say that there's some good policies to take from Israel in terms of walls. Are drag a Jew-born? A Jew-born. I'm 1% of every ethnicity on the planet. I've been pretty clear about this. You should go on the Stitch and Adam podcast. It'd be extremely entertaining. Yeah, I'm down. I love disrupting public services. Will you undo amalgamation?
polygamy gaming.
I like how polygamy gaming is one man and one woman as the profile. Will you undo amalgamation? I'd have to read up more about what they mean by that.
Fucking neurotypicals.
Why are you white?
Why am I white?
Yeah.
I did my ancestry. I'm 99.6% Scottish.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about white. Would you say, why do we exist? We exist to build the outer wall. Why do we build the outer wall? To give us purpose and a job.
Ned Monogamous, what's your ad, Chad? What is
Ned Monogamous, what's your @Chad drooly face?
Just art Chad.
Art Chad, it's in the description.
Just art Chad on everything.
Yeah, it's in the description. Look up Art Chad. He has a video on Mark Fisher. So you can Google Art Chad Mark Fisher, it'll probably pop up.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on polyandry? That's a good question for you, considering you seem to be the person who's the most interested about the polyamorous stuff.
Polyandry.
Polyandry.
Is that
Multiple men.
multiple men?
Yeah.
And one woman?
Yeah. Like misandry is hatred of men, polyandry is multiple men.
Bunch of bi men or gay men, it's okay. But I think a bunch of straight guys who have no interest in other men and one woman, that's just like, I don't think they can live with themselves. It's not necessarily like, I don't really have a feeling about it. I just know that they'd be uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, there's no way anyone could just like sit in that and be like, thumbs up. Thumbs up, this is fine. Especially if you can't have like a partner outside of it.
Right.
Like if you can get laid outside of the fucking couple, then it's
Right.
like, you know.
I understand, but it's also a non-standard way of being, so I support it. Detroit is already named. Just pronounce it Detroit.
Detroit?
Detroit. It's like Ottawa, but Detroit. I don't know. Sexual Ponzi scheme. Yeah. This is just a synonym for polyamory. No. I would love polyamory.
Yeah.
Annex NYC. We need a wall here to finally bring down drown in trash drag, please. Yeah. So we build the wall around NYC, and their trash just gathers up until they're all drowning in trash.
Yeah.
Can all flights to and from Canada be free? They're free in the sense that you can't spend money on them because you can't have them. Invade Boston, please. Next step. Boston.
Yeah.
Otto Boston. What would Ottawa's opinion be on Finland? We don't care. Again, we don't care. We don't care about anyone besides ourselves except when we eat you. Opinion on extreme centrism. Mixed feelings. This is the only ideology I have mixed feelings about is radical centrism. I like the radical. I don't like the centrism. Opinion on Scott Morrison. You know Scott Morrison?
No.
Sounds familiar. I probably.
Is he like a candidate?
This is an Australian leader who I think just lost the election because got replaced by Labour. There's this guy called Friendly Jordies who talks about Australian politics.
Okay.
Yeah. Scott Morrison, I believe, was center right economically or something, and now they were replaced by someone who's center left. Don't really care. Also, not Ottawa. Okay. We hold the Canadian government captive inside Ottawa when you win the election. We will, everyone, in a way, yes, because we were all a part of the Canadian government. Thoughts on Vosh and Destiny? Destiny, I believe, is center, which I don't like. Not a huge fan. Vosh, extremist, good. Extremism is good.
Is he? I don't know anything about these people.
Good.
I've never watched a stream.
You're so lucky.
I don't know anything about
You're
streamers.
so lucky. What's your BF's at something Ottawa? Will your SW policies be? What is SW? Oh, sex work policies. Government.
Yeah.
Government worker, sex work. Government sex worker.
Easy.
All right. I think we're all. I think we're good. I think we've had a good little chat here. Let's go back to this.
Yeah, that's fun. You waving goodbye?
Bye.
Wait, look at my camera too.
Bye. Thanks for coming. And I'll keep you updated about the rest of the mayoral run. Lots of plans, lots of things planned. So, yes, indeed.
That is fun.
Plug yourself. Plug yourself, Art Chad.
At Art Chad on Instagram and YouTube, and it will be like that forever. It's so simple. It sticks so clearly in your head. Don't forget it.
All right, good. Au revoir.